The Carolina Panthers caught not telling the whole truth about Bryce Young and his future as we roll on a Bud's Chicken and Seafood Friday. BudsChicken.com. Yum, yum. The breaking news, you saw it earlier this week, and there it was. The Panthers benching former number one overall Bryce Young, Andy Dalton to take over. You already knew that. And you also saw their head coach on Sunday. Watch how demonstrative he is, Dave Canales, when he says that Bryce is their guy. Watch this.
Bryce is our quarterback. I'd love to see this thing just continue to take the next steps offensively
Will
right now.
he start next week?
Bryce is our quarterback. We're going to just continue to shore up and fix the things we need to fundamentally from a scheme standpoint, all those things.
Demonstrative, absolute, no doubt, no question in his mind. But then what happened on Monday? Watch this.
As we go into Las Vegas to play the Raiders, sitting Bryce down here, you know, after yesterday, just went home, watched the film, had some conversations with coaches, with Dan Brandt. So had to gather a lot of information through this morning and made that decision.
He looks like he hasn't slept in a month. I mean, Sunday after the game, he looked fantastic. Monday, he looks freaking terrible. Meanwhile, here comes the billion-dollar question. Canales asked about the role of the team owner, David Tepper, what he had to do. David Tepper's role in the decision to bench Bryce Young. Pay close attention.
What was his role in this?
Whew, nervous.
I want to keep that private. What I would like to say, though, is this is something after I watched the film, I looked at it, had a thought, started working on talking to the guys that we make decisions with. Certainly a lot of parties involved there.
Body language tell. Ask any poker player. When someone's playing with their water, taking a sip like that, they're nervous. He didn't like the question coming. He knew that. And then you see him shift away from. Why not just answer the question? Because he knows the answer is damaging. But wait, because here comes the bombshell revelation. St. Lucie Battery and Tire, SLBT.com, home of honest, reliable service since 1970. David Sampson goes on the Rich Eisen show. And I want you to pay close attention to each of these. They are quick because he says flat out, the Panthers are lying. Look it.
You can't tell me Tepper told him to bench the kid. Is that what you're
1,000%. That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
Come on, says Rich Eisen. But here's why. Because now Sampson's going to make it all make sense. Listen.
You think that the coach went to the owner and said, you know what? Yesterday, I said he's my guy. But I went to bed. I had some dreams. I woke up this morning. He's not my guy. I want Andy Dalton. Ooh. David, is there any chance you'll let me do that? Come on, the owner. I've seen an owner do this. Our owner did it.
Brand new coach, 2 games in, brought in to fix this quarterback. You're telling me he's that demonstrative on Sunday? Absolute. And then Monday has a change of heart? Just like he said. That's why Canales looks like he didn't sleep, because he probably didn't. Sampson now is dropping bombs. Listen close.
You think the coach who was brought in to fix him had the gall to go to the owner and say...
Maybe. I know that sounds crazy. Crazy.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks on the job, and all of a sudden, even though you came here to fix this guy, you say, you know what? There's no way in hell. And then Sampson with the final knockout blow, Rich Eisen now realizing, damn it, the owner made him do this. Look.
Listen, is it possible that he did have that change of heart and convince the owner and the GM in one set of meetings to change like that?
Well, that sounds fantastic. I know that doesn't sound real.
Yeah.
And it sounds more real to have one of the most, with a track record, impetuous individuals come in and make an impetuous move like you're benching the kid.
And that's what owners do.
And that's what they do. And this owner, by the way, impetuous, as he said, very involved. But wait, is Canales telling the truth about Young's future with the franchise? As we continue on, presented by X Golf West Palm Beach, changing golf forever. Find him on Instagram at XGolfWPB. Canales was asked flat out if he believed that Young could still be a future franchise quarterback down the road. Listen to his lengthy, well, not really, but his answer.
Absolutely. This is a developmentally minded program, so the development didn't stop. Every rep he's out there, we're evaluating the whole thing, having conversations, and just continuing to push all of our guys.
That's the answer that he gave. Now, I want you to hear just the question before he says absolutely, because the question matters. Words matter. Listen.
Do you still believe in Bryce as a future, maybe franchise quarterback later on down the road?
Absolutely.
A franchise quarterback. Didn't necessarily say this franchise. But if you didn't tell the truth about him being your guy, not being your guy, and then if you didn't tell the whole truth and nothing but it in regards to who was in on this decision, why it was made, why would you be telling the truth about this right now? We all know if you tell the league that he is open for trade, well, then what's the problem? His value goes down, obviously. Canales was asked just that, if they are interested in trading him. I want you to watch this.
Yeah, it's not something we're really considering. We have a great situation with our quarterbacks right now with guys that have experience. So we love where we're at, and we're all hands on deck. We're focused on playing the Raiders.
He didn't say no. He said it's not something we're really considering right now. There's those qualifying words. Words matter. People by human nature do not want to lie. They will lie. They're willing to lie on average 7 times a day. I know this because I study the science. People don't want to. He didn't want to. He didn't want to get caught in this. Not really something right now is what he said, which tells all of us you're not telling the whole truth. Carolina Panthers, you know damn well you are open to offers to trade this young man. I want you to take a look at his face, though, because body language is important here. Take a look at this photograph. See the compressed lips? If the compressed lips are out, it's like the meme of the dude holding the red Solo cup and he's not so sure, he's skeptical. And then compressed lips, you remember the pictures of George W. Bush on the morning of 9/11 when he was told that the planes had hit the towers and there's that we got a problem? Compressed lips, back to me, please, thank you. Compressed lips and then inward not only means that, ooh, shoot, but it also means that I got a problem on my hands. Speaking of the body language, it is a problem. Take a look as we continue on to Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views, your UFC fight headquarters, always Twin Peaks. We got a little video clip from Panthers practice with the owner, David Tepper, and head coach Dave Canales. You tell me what you notice about the interaction between these two. Take a quick look. Look at here, okay? See the position of the feet? Anything unusual? Position of the hands, the arms? Tepper's hands, perhaps? I'm going to show you something right here. I'm going to teach you guys a quick lesson. Again, body language is a science, nonverbal communication. In law enforcement, across the board, military, we know what people are thinking. I do, because I studied for 25 years. Take a look at this photo right here real quick. See the arrows? See the arrows? The red ones are Tepper's pointing away, and then you can't really see Canales is there blue the other way. You can always tell if someone is interested in engaging with you by the position of their feet. If you're trying to talk to someone, maybe a girl to take home from the bar, are her feet pointing towards you? Is she capturing you within them? Or are they pointing away? The feet will tell you where people would rather be. And neither one of these guys wants to necessarily be sitting there talking to each other. There is discomfort there. Take a look. Here's a still photograph of the feet one more time. And again, you can't see Canales per se get cropped out here, but neither are engaging the others. Now let's take a look at their hands and arms, okay? Look at this photograph right here. This one is telling because you've got Tepper with his fingers on his belt, a show of insecurity and uncertainty, self-consciousness. Think about a kid giving a class project, got his hands in his pockets, he's unsure of himself. What Canales is exhibiting is what we call arms akimbo, and that is the traditional hands on the hips. What matters here is the position of the thumbs. If the thumbs are behind you, oftentimes it means somebody's got an issue, got a problem. It could also mean that they're tired, obviously. We see athletes do that. But if you talk to someone from the airline, customer service, and they're like, well, you see somebody standing in line and they got their hands on their hips and their thumbs back, bad sign, per se. They got an issue, got a problem. If your thumbs are forward, that means we are observing, we're taking something in. Think about it. Think about the meme of that woman and she got her thumbs forward, hands on her hips, and she's looking like, she has the glasses on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The question is on the board. Question. What actually happened and will happen with Bryce Young? Well, what happened is they lied. Canales lied. The organization is covering. The owner, who you heard was impetuous by Rich Eisen, who gets meddling, as many people say. Look, it's his business. He owns it. He can decide what he wants to do. And what he decided was that kid sits down now. Maybe they're losing the locker room. Not sure. Panthers not telling us the whole story. So this was not something that Canales looked at the film and decided, you know what, because he was brought in to fix the man. You're not going to go in after 2 weeks and tell the boss, yeah, I know you brought me here to do this, but can't do it. Sorry. That's a great way to get your money back, if you know what I'm saying. And what will happen? Bryce Young may wind up playing again at some point here for the Panthers. I'm not sure. But this is a Trey Lance kind of situation where you went in deep, gave up a lot for a quarterback. It just didn't work out. He winds up somewhere else. Again, if you tell the league, yeah, you know, we're interested in trading him, you get offered less. If you say you're not interested, well, then they offer more. Supply and demand, hard to get. Think about it, guys. Hit like on this video. Hit subscribe. Watch the other videos as well. Comment. I reply to almost all of those. And remember, while every day above ground is a good day, some are just more questionable than others. Second night to the bad guy. See you on Monday.